Monday. Wake up. You don't want to get up. Gotta get out. Gotta go do something. Another opportunity to do something. To get out there. It is Monday, the 25th day of August 2014, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock, 75 degrees here at the Panac Mall, where the source broadcasts from live. Good morning, Robin. How you doing?
Oh, good. Good morning, Larry. How are you today?
Is it Monday already? Gosh, how'd that happen? Weren't we just here like a blink of an eye ago and it was Friday?
Oh, we certainly were, but we don't stop. It's like our days, go together.
So we've got a good morning this morning. Oh, you can't hear yourself?
No, now I can, I think.
7:35 this morning.
Maybe it's my ears.
There's so many things in the news this morning. I kind of had a relatively fun thing to talk about, but I wanted to talk about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge because we took it this weekend. Actually, we were challenged on Friday. You and I and Joe and Dan were challenged by Brad Borsma from Ocala Aviation.
Yep.
So I saw the one that Joe did, and
that was fun.
And you and I did one. I'm waiting to see Dan's. And then, of course, we extended the challenge. And this is just one of those viral things that I knew eventually we'd be caught up in it.
Yeah, but thank you, Brad, for challenging us.
It's a fun thing to talk about, but I wanted to share some of the statistics about it with you because it's kind of cool that something that needed a boost, financially speaking, an organization, what is it called again? What is the organization called? The ALS organization?
Yes.
Anyway, so they've raised a lot of money, and it wasn't them. And I went to look to see who started this whole thing. Well, I'll tell you at 7:35.
Oh, okay.
There are some things in the news, though, that I guess we'll just kind of touch base on some of these things. That earthquake in San Francisco. I'm sure you heard about that. Mm-hmm. There's a report now. If you look at one report, it'll say the authorities are closing in on announcing who the actual executor is in that video that shows journalist James Foley being beheaded.
Yeah.
And then if you look at other reports, it actually names a rapper from Britain. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Gee.
So we'll talk about some of those things, and I'll try to save the fun stuff for last. But I'm having a hard time breathing with that air freshener.
I know, I choke you.
No, it's me.
Oh, okay.
I sprayed it on my pants. Well, we did the ice bucket thing yesterday, and
after we busked at Habitat for Humanity for 4 hours.
Right, but anyway, so I hung my pants up with the intent of washing them. I mean, they're not dirty. It's just that they got wet. And so now this morning, I feel like I smell like a wet dog. So I sprayed myself with that air freshener you have, and now I'm having a hard time breathing. Boy, I had a weird dream last night.
Oh.
Should I tell you about it?
Sure.
I had a dream that something was circling the moon. And eventually it crashed into the moon, and it caused something to happen in our atmosphere that made it hard to breathe.
Oh my gosh.
But then everything was better. Like the whole world became better as a result of that. I don't know. It was a weird dream.
Wow. Maybe Jesus is coming. Sir, it's time.
Let's see. What else did I want to tell you? 8:35 news bites. We'll take the news that I was just kind of, dabbling in a little bit.
Yes.
And we'll abbreviate it. Well, actually, that was more abbreviated than what we do. But anyway, 8:35, I'm sure you know by now what we do. Laura Caldwell is coming in at 9:05. She is an attorney. She's the founder of the Life After Innocence Project, which I want to ask her about. We've also invited her on to talk about her novel. It's a Harlequin romance novel. It's called The Dog Park, and I know we had her scheduled once before, and I had a few questions lined up, but now I have to remember what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
Matt Gibbs will be on at 10:05. He is our mechanic, and we challenged him.
Yes, we did.
for the ice bucket thing.
Yeah.
His show is called Auto Repair with Personal Care, so he'll be answering your questions about your cars.
He'll be fun.
Congressman Richard Nugent will be on at 10:35, I hope. I always am disappointed when he can't call in.
Yep.
If he does not call in, you will not hear a rebroadcast.
No.
We'll talk about something that has to deal with Washington politics, etc.
Yeah, we're live.
Charlotte Reed at 11:05. This is a fun lady. She promises many, many times to come into the studio to do the show. This morning
Yep.
she'll be on the phone again.
She's without her Dr. Fleck.
What happened? Where's Fleck today?
I don't
Fleck.
know. I don't
Where's
know. But I
Fleck?
was told just. I know.
They broke up? Aren't they like dating or something?
Yeah. It's a New York, Florida romance, so I wonder how long that will last.
No, he lives down in Sarasota with her.
Yeah, but she lives in New York.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlotte is a pet trendologist. You have seen her on The View and Fox and Friends, on CNN, on the Today Show. She got on VH1. I'm not so sure how that happened. But she's on our show a lot. And one of these days we'll meet her in person. Pet safety in the home is one of the topics. And a big thing lately about people leaving children and pets in cars. And just it's just crazy.
Nuts.
Lady Therese Robinson was awarded the title of Lady because her husband was knighted by Queen Elizabeth.
Isn't that cool? She's a real lady. Honest to goodness lady.
She's a real lady.
Yeah.
She's a lady. What's that song? She's a retired events and promotions consultant.
Somebody Jones,
in
right?
England. Tom.
That's it.
Somebody Jones.
I
Did you
can
really
remember
forget
his
it?
first name.
Her book is called Letter from Paris, and it's a novel. Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm kind of in a... I'm almost like in a Friday kind of a mood right now. I don't know why.
That's because we've been busy all weekend. We pumped out 2 videos and did the ALS challenge and Bus for Habitat for Humanity and did all this cool stuff.
Fun with Joe at 11:45 11:45 today. The topic I have for you and Joe is I will either name the inventor or the invention, and you have to name either the invention or the inventor.
Oh, cool.
I'll name the guy. You tell me what he invented. In some cases, I can't name the guy because you could name a bunch of different inventions. So in some cases, I have to just name an invention of his or hers.
Okay.
And then you tell me the person.
Cool.
But anyway, it's inventors and their inventions.
Joe will be good at this. Joe's super smart.
When we're on the air with Galen Yunald from Life South, an interesting thing, I wanted to kind of expand on the whole ALS ice bucket thing that we did.
Yeah.
I want to tell you I found 4, and I was looking for more, but I have 4. Oh, there's a pair. These are the four organizations, nonprofit organizations, that have used the social media phenomenon to make a difference for their organizations. And I don't have numbers on this in this case. But it just some kind of cool ways and maybe make you think if you've got an organization you're trying to help out, how you might be able to kind of just twist words. It's amazing how the twist of a phrase can make all the difference in the world. So we'll do that with Galen. And Galen is heavily involved in of course, raising awareness for Life South, and he's involved in so many fundraising things as well.
Oh, he's excellent at doing this stuff, using social media and all the other things that go along with it.
And then I'll also tell you that America's most generous corporations, based on the percentage of how much they give. Some corporations give more than others, but they're lower on the list because the percentage of their profits that are donated is less. If you were to take the amount of money you earn per year, and you were to deduct from that the amount of money you contribute, and I know good people aren't supposed to count their contributions, but I was looking at this list. I'll just tell you up front that the number 1 is Alcoa, and they donated 12.1% of their profits.
Wow. That's a lot.
Well, that's, okay.
Well, I mean, it's more than 10%.
But hold on a minute. I think if you, Robin, because I know you give to everybody. So if you were to take how much you give in a year and add it all up, what you put in the church plate at church, what you give when you're just doing things like yesterday, and then figured out what the percentage of your annual income is, I bet you beat Alcoa.
Probably.
And in fact,
we do it together.
In fact, I bet you there's a lot of people out there that beat Alcoa.
I think so.
I bet you there are. And Alcoa's number 1 at 12. And I'm not picking on them. I mean, good for them, 12%.
Yeah.
But I just think that we have among us an unbelievably giving community.
Oh, we do.
And I don't think we're unique. I think America is filled with giving communities. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's a keen observation. I love that.
Anything else I need to tell you before we go to the break? There was a journalist released. That's good news. 45-year-old Peter Theo Curtis. He's an American journalist. He was in Syria. He was held by Islamist rebels. He was released yesterday.
Oh, thank God.
He was captured in October 2012.
Oh, my gosh. 2 years almost over there.
And let's see. Today is the funeral for Michael Brown up in Ferguson, Missouri. So let's hope there's peace surrounding his laying to rest. All right, we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. A state of emergency declared in southern Napa County, California after yesterday's magnitude 6 earthquake.
We do not expect that there will be much larger aftershocks, but we do think the aftershocks will continue for several weeks, and they will rapidly decrease in their magnitude.
John Parrish with the State Department of Conservation. Funeral services in St. Louis this morning for Michael Brown. A white police officer shot the unarmed black teen, sparking violent protests.
It would appear peace is being restored in Ferguson. Through 11 p.m., again tonight, we deployed no smoke devices, no tear gas, and no mace.
Missouri Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson. A good time to gas up.
The price decline continues, this time 4 cents over 2 weeks with a new average for regular grade of $3.48.
Industry analyst Trilby Lundberg. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network.
That's the sound of your skin cooking. Because it's August, it's Florida, and it's hot. That's the sound of cool, refreshing water as you splash into your new Radiant Pool from ASP, America's swimming pool company. And right now is the perfect time to put a Radiant Pool in your yard. Not only will you be cooling off in style while adding value to your home, but now through Labor Day, with any Radiant Pool purchase, you'll receive an all-inclusive Cancun getaway vacation for 4. So you can enjoy your new pool all year round and get an incredible getaway vacation anytime you want it. And Radiant Pools can be installed underground, above ground, and anywhere in between. And did you know that you could finance your new pool with an interest rate as low as 4.99%? But you have to act now. This deal ends on Labor Day. So call ASP, America's Swimming Pool Company, 352-861-7229. That's 352-861-7229. Or stop by their new showroom, 9169 South Highway 441 in Ocala. Experience counts. That is exactly what Ron Crawford brings to the school board. As a current school board member, Ron Crawford knows firsthand the issues that confront our school system. He has worked to improve our graduation rate, lower our dropout rate, bring fairness to student code of conduct, and spend your tax dollars wisely while providing a safe learning environment in our schools. Yes, experience counts. Vote for Ron Crawford for Marion County School Board District 5. Political advertisement paid for and approved by Ron Crawford for School Board District 5.
Now is the time to go to your Kubota dealer and get a brand new Kubota M-Series tractor during Kubota's Gear Up and Go sales event. If you're thinking about a rugged utility tractor and the year-round comfort of a Grand X-Cab, then a new Kubota has your name on it. With a smooth-running diesel engine and IntelliShift transmission, your Kubota dealer is the place to start. Right now, get your own Kubota M-Series tractor for 0 down and 0% financing for up to 60 months. So for a great deal, think orange at the Kubota Gear Up and Go sales event. For more information or to find a participating dealer, go to KubotaDealersOfFlorida.com.
0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 60 months on selected equipment now through September 30th, 2014. Not available for rental national accounts or government customers. 0% APR low rate financing not available with instant rebate offers. Financing available through Kubota Credit Corporation USA subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268.
Pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine featuring local businesses and issues and written by local volunteers. Lady Lake Magazine has become a must-read in Marion, Lake, and Sumter counties, audited by Circulation Verification Council and serving the area for 23 years. Plus, Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. All we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 352-804-1223 and pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Thank you, Joe. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking Monday, really. And here at the Paddock Mall, it is, let me just refresh everything here. It is 75 degrees and looks like it's going to be a nice day. That storm, by the way, what's it called again? Oh, my goodness.
It's a C word, right?
It's a C word.
I can't remember.
It is Cristobal.
That's it.
Cristobal.
Yeah.
That's a nice name.
It is a nice
name a storm, Cristobal. Well, anyway, Cristobal apparently not going to affect us unless it decides to change its mind. But
it's a famous sounding name.
It is going to be, according to the forecasters, it is going to stay well offshore from Florida's Atlantic coast. The forecasters expect the storm to strengthen during the next 48 hours. Let's see. It should pass off our eastern shores tomorrow morning, and that would mean the shores like the Daytona, Ormond area.
Oh, okay.
But the outermost bands is all we'll experience. And again, just like the last couple of storms, the surge, and what do you call it, the tides and the rip tides and all that. What do you call it stuff? So anyway, that's
undercurrents.
The undertow, yes, undertow. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Anyway, so nothing to worry about there, but it's still something we need to pay attention to. There is another system that meteorologists are watching off the coast of Africa, and I guess that's still too early to know. It says there's a 20% chance it'll strengthen into a tropical cyclone in the next 5 days. It's just something to pay attention to, and we will, of course. One of the things that you and I used to do, every day, years ago, is we would deliver the news in sort of like a coffee breakfast table kind of a fashion. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
And so I don't really have anything heavy to debate this morning, but I just thought I would do the news that way.
Okay.
Just right now, just kind of chat about the news and you're welcome to join us, kids, if you want to call it. Yesterday, let's just recap our weekend. Yesterday, we helped out. I mean, we're a minuscule part of this, but Brad Nimmo and Habitat for Humanity, they're unbelievable. They're so good at what they do, and they just attract the best, nicest people. This is one of the greatest organizations I've ever helped out with, and it's just so nice to be around them all. And I'm not just saying that. I wouldn't say anything if I wasn't happy with them. That's me.
Yeah.
I mean, I might complain if there was something to complain about. But in their case, I just want you to know that this is an outstanding group of people. And Brad is, of course, at the top of the heap there. Tom Davis was there yesterday from Life South. Just absolutely outstanding. I mean, all of these people that help out with the fundraising and then the events. Yesterday was the Bowl to Build Bowl-a-thon.
Yes.
And our role was to sit there and play music for we did like 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
My left arm was tired, Robin.
Yeah, you were pumping it out. Moving those bellows.
But anyway, it was just, and I'm sure your hands and fingers were tired too. You played the mandolin the whole time. But I just want to tell you all that this is a wonderful organization. And if you don't know anything about them, and maybe you know somebody who needs a home, a house, this is a great organization to hook up with to make that dream become a reality.
They're so caring. They're just so friendly and nice.
The best thing to do is just talk to them. Just say, hey, you know what? I need help. And they'll help you. And they're not going to give you anything. In fact, they're going to make you work.
Yeah.
But you're never going to love working so much. There's a really rewarding feeling, isn't there? After you've put in some really good labor into something that becomes a project like a house.
Yeah.
I mean, you know it firsthand. You actually were on one of the builds.
Sure, with your sister. the women's bill.
Yeah. But I mean, we've participated in other bills. We were part of the demolition of this place.
Yeah, that we
the old thing that used to be here, the
right.
restaurant. But anyway, so there's another organization that we've aligned ourselves with. It's the Marion County Literacy Council. In fact, Joe Martone is a board member of that organization, and he told us about an opportunity to go have fun at Wild Waters.
Yeah, Brad Nimmo too. He's a board member.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
So you can have fun at Wild Waters and help them raise money. And I think all you have to do is go to a party.
Yep.
And it's only $16.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
$16. You go into Wild Waters. This is going to be the evening of September 13th. It's a Sweet 16 Splash Bash. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to be 16 years old to go, but I bet you there'll be a lot of 16-year-olds there. One of the 16-year-olds is the daughter of Earl and Sheila Arnett.
Yeah.
So apparently she's having her birthday there. Anyway, so $16, you get into Wild Waters, and right here in Ocala. I always confuse the name with the one down in Orlando.
Yep, Wet and Wild.
There you go. So just go have fun on September 13th. Just help out and be part of something really cool.
Yep, all proceeds go to the Marion County Literacy Council.
That's on September 13th.
Yep.
And then, well, I'll tell you the other things later.
Okay.
Let's just do one at a time. Okay, so that's one. All right, let's look at some of these news items. First off, the earthquake in San Francisco. It's the largest earthquake to hit the San Francisco Bay Area in 25 years.
Wow.
Some of the folks out there who are that historic downtown area in Napa that I guess became famous back in the hippie days, right?
Yes.
Some of those famous buildings have been damaged. I don't know if they're damaged beyond repair, but some of the historic buildings were damaged, knocked out power to tens of thousands of people in California.
Gosh.
It was a magnitude 6.0 earthquake. It struck at 3:20 a.m. yesterday, about 6 miles from the city of Napa. It ruptured water mains and gas lines. It left 2 adults and a child critically injured.
Oh, my God.
It upended bottles and casks at some of Napa Valley's famous wineries.
Gosh.
So this is one thing if you've lived long enough, you know that California has earthquakes.
Yes, they do.
President Obama was briefed on the earthquake. Federal officials have been in touch anyway, so we'll follow that one. Another big story. I'm going to read the one that says they know who beheaded the journalist James Foley. A 23-year-old British former rapper was identified on Saturday by British security officials as the man suspected of beheading American journalist James Foley.
Oh, my God. He actually is. Oh.
The rapper's name is... what is your opinion on this? Should I mention the guy's name? Or am I going to send people...
for sure?
Well, that's not why I'm asking. Mm-hmm. Let's assume it's for sure.
Yeah.
If I name this guy and he's got music on, what do you call iTunes or something?
Yeah.
Aren't I sending people to his site to buy his music? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, people will do that.
All right.
People will go and buy his stuff and movies and everything.
We'll just call him Pig. So Pig.
Okay, I like it.
Is said to be known by Islamic State members as Jihadi John. His name isn't John. But that's because of his British accent, and apparently there's a few British accented people with this group.
Gosh.
And they call themselves the Jihad Beatles or something like that. So he's John, and prior to the release of the Foley death video, this guy, Pig, had posted a photo of himself on Twitter holding a severed head. He was identified by the British Security Service and the Secret Intelligence Service, according to the Sunday Times, whose sources were not identified. This guy, this Pig, whose music has been played on BBC Radio, left his family's home in West London last year to go to Syria, according to the Telegraph. Anyway, that's what they say. So I'm not naming them, but the reason I'm not naming it is not because they're not sure. It sounds like they are sure. The reason I'm not naming it is because this guy's got music for sale. I don't want people to go buy his music.
Yeah, and people will. People are sick. They'll buy music, buy...
James Foley is the name you need to remember. That awesome letter that I read. Was it on Friday I read that letter from James Foley?
Yeah, it was Friday.
I mean, that's the real thing. He's the real person to remember. He was from Rochester, New Hampshire. He was kidnapped November 22nd of 2012. And his life was ended when this jerk, this nut...
Pig.
...decided that he was, going to make a... And by the way, if you wanted to keep anybody alive who was going to be sympathetic to a cause, it was James Foley.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Watch for rough surf and rip currents along the coast through Wednesday. Clouds and sun, breezy and not as hot today with a passing shower or two. Our high 88 to 90. Partly cloudy tonight, a passing shower late near the coast, low 71 to 79. Breezy still tomorrow with clouds and some sun, a thunderstorm in spots, high 88 to 91. Sun and clouds Wednesday, high 88 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
Logano claims his third win of the season in Bristol. This is the Coca-Cola Monday Morning Race Refresher, sponsored by Coca-Cola. Enjoy the race with an ice-cold Coke, the official soft drink of NASCAR.
What does it mean to add refreshing Coca-Cola to an ordinary day? It means your family's celebrating the 5th of July. It's turning the living room floor into the best seat in the house. We're spending a weekend losing your voice while finding it. It means sitting down with a delicious Coke and interrupting the interruptions. After all, there are 364 other days that would love some fireworks. So grab an ice cold Coke and make any day a holiday. Coca-Cola, open happiness.
Joey Logano claimed his third win of the Sprint Cup season Saturday night, taking the checkered flag in the Irwin Tools night race at the Bristol Motor Speedway. His 6th career win and first at the half-mile Tennessee Oval.
It's just been a lot of fun. We race really hard. It's really hard to pass. You got to be very strategic on the way you race out there and when you pass guys and what you got to do. So, it just was crazy place to win. It's one of the coolest places, like I said, and one of the top 4 places I feel like to win a race, especially the night race here. So, it's awesome.
Logano's Team Penske teammate Brad Keselowski finished second, while Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, and Kurt Busch completed the top 5. 6 through 10 went to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Carl Edwards, Jamie McMurray, Paul Menard, and Greg Biffle. Jeff Gordon finished 16th and continues to lead the championship standings by 27 points over Hendrick Motorsports teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. with 2 races to go before the chase for the Sprint Cup begins. The Sprint Cup Series races next this Sunday at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Georgia. This is the Coca-Cola Monday Morning Race Refresher. Enjoy the race with an ice-cold Coke, the official soft drink of NASCAR. I'm Kyle Rickey on the Motor Racing Network.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
All right, thank you. 12 minutes before 8 o'clock, and it's Monday morning, and I know you know that already, but you don't know what temperature it is. I'll tell you. It's 75 degrees. It's an important job I have to make sure you know the temperature.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody wants to engage in this conversation. Do you think that the police departments are becoming too militarized? This is a conversation that's going everywhere. We had put a call to the governor to comment on what we can learn from the Ferguson, Missouri riots and all of that. What can we learn from that? And the governor said he would call back. Well, his assistant said he would call in the morning, and at the last minute we had a note saying he wouldn't be calling in.
Yeah.
I don't know why he backed off. It's probably, if we ask, we'll probably be told it had nothing to do with the question.
Mm-hmm.
And we promised we weren't going to ask any political things. We weren't going to drift. We weren't going to make it a campaign thing for or against him. We were just wanting to know. What can we learn from this? And I didn't want to ask a candidate, even though I did extend it to Charlie Crist, because he was a governor. He's a former governor.
Yeah, exactly.
But former New York Police Commissioner Ray Kelly was in the news this weekend. He said that the federal programs that arm local forces with military-style equipment should be reviewed. We had our own circumstances here in Marion County where our sheriff's office was stockpiling. It looked like military type of things, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was everywhere.
Up in Fargo, is it North Dakota?
Yes.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is asking, why are we spending $8 million in Fargo to fight terrorism? He says they are becoming a militarized state, and he's asking why. Why are we doing that? Mm-hmm. What are we doing sending a tank? There's an armored personnel carrier in Keene, New Hampshire as well, he says. This is Rand Paul talking now. Mm-hmm. It was an opinion piece that he wrote for Time magazine earlier in the month. So I don't know. I guess that was one of the things I was wondering what you all thought. Are we becoming too militarized? I mean, you look at the photographs and the video from Ferguson, and you say, "Whoa, what's that?"
Yeah.
I mean, do we need that?
Yeah, that was extreme, like Kent State.
And Kent State was that way too.
extreme,
Yeah. I mean, didn't we learn lessons from any of that stuff?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
I thought that's why we invented tasers, by the way, so we wouldn't have guns.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have no idea what a rubber bullet feels like, but I bet you it hurts pretty bad.
It probably hurts just like paintballs hurt. I mean, you get walloped with the paintball
But I guess it won't kill you, right? A rubber bullet, or could it kill you?
It could if they get you in the eye or someplace like that. But
all right, let's go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, it's me, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Real quick. Well, one, a lot of the police getting the heavier weapons is because, back in the 80s when I was in the Air Force as a law enforcement, I was taking MAC-10s off of people, and I'm armed with a .38 Special. I mean, the bad guys were starting to outgun the police. So they kind of had to respond to the threat that they were facing. It was bad. And it's gotten worse. I mean, these bad guys, they ride around, these street gangs, they get these automatic weapons from wherever, and they drive around, and they have their street shootouts. The police have to have, similar equipment to combat this.
That's a good point.
I hate when they call something a tank, because no police departments have tanks. Those armored personnel carriers are not tanks.
Okay, so when they say tank, it's not what I'm picturing.
That's a tank. It's got tread. It's got a cannon.
Okay,
on
but
it.
what is this then? What are they calling a tank?
It's an armored personnel carrier.
Okay.
Okay, it's got armor. It's shielded from small arms fire, but it's not a tank.
Okay.
A tank is a piece of mobile artillery.
You would know better than me. I'm just reading what Rand Paul says.
No. Well, I'm just saying. I wish they wouldn't call something that's not a tank a tank. Now, to get a little off topic on that, it was just something I've been thinking about with this. But it's not called Aldina Springs anymore, but it's that the beef farm they want to open up
Right.
Rather than pump 10 million gallons a day of water out of the aquifer, why don't they get with the county and have the county either run a pipe or truck the liquids from the sewage treatment plants we have all over the county, and they can use that water to spray their grass that they need to feed the cattle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the reclaimed water idea. Yeah.
It's a win-win-win. I mean, the county would get some money for this reclaimed water from Aldina Springs. Aldina Springs wouldn't have to spend more money pumping out of the aquifer, and I mean, that water's already used out of the aquifer. So
Well, that would
it's not
solve
like
that
we're
problem.
taking more water out.
But there's two arguments against Aldina Springs. One is the pumping of the water, and one is the water trickling back down to the aquifer, carrying with it all the cow poop stuff.
yeah, that's the
So-
main issue. too.
Yeah.
Main issue.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's not a perfect world, but I mean, I was just thinking the water thing.
No, that makes sense to me too. I don't know. That's how they do it at the golf course.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I saw reclaimed water there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, have a good day. And like I said, the reason the police department had to start getting, heavier armed is because the bad guys were starting to become heavy armed.
Well, again, you would know. I appreciate the input because I don't know really, but it makes sense what you say. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Bye.
And there's another town hall meeting coming up with the Dean of Springs inviting the public, so we'll post that on Facebook.
Oh, don't forget tomorrow's election day. Don't forget to
right.
vote. But you can't vote early today, right? Or
No.
can you? No, they're done with early voting.
I believe so, yes.
So tomorrow you got to go.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, early vote it ended this weekend, I believe.
Okay.
Hey, I'm afraid that if you put that effluent, I guess that's a good name for it, onto the grass that the cows were going to take and eat, ingest, that strains of it's going to wind up in the fat, because the fat is where the beef stores all their impurities that they get. I mean, there was times out west where you could not harvest cattle that had been on grasslands near where they were doing atomic testing.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, it was winding up in the fat of the beef, and I think that there'll be something probably. You'd have to, let them eat it for a while and then test them real good, but I don't trust these people that test it because they're the ones wanting to sell it,
You're right.
All right, that'd be my only fear with that, but it was a darn good idea. There's a way of cleaning it a little better.
Yeah. Make sure that it doesn't have any bad stuff in it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Dennis. Good to hear from you, by the way. I don't know. So that was another story. And Tom brought up tomorrow's another meeting for the ranch thing?
It's coming up. It's not tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But when we find out the date, they're letting us know. Then we'll post it on Facebook, and the entire public is invited to come and voice their opinions.
Okay. Yesterday when we were busking over at the bowling alley, I saw a lady wearing a Ben Carson for President T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
And I hadn't seen somebody doing that before, but he's making the news. He's challenged Reverend Sharpton to a debate.
Oh, good.
And now I guess he went toe to toe with Reverend Jesse Jackson yesterday.
Oh, he did.
I'm gonna have to watch that video. He was on Fox News Sunday. They were talking about the shooting of Michael Brown. Today, by the way, is Michael Brown's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that's a tragic situation, but I don't know the details of what actually happened. I do know the details of what happened on that other video.
Yeah.
The one that Joe told me about. That guy didn't need to be shot. That was a crazy one. I don't know if any of you saw this video. Mm-hmm. There was a guy, apparently he stole 2 cans of soda from a convenience store.
Okay.
And I think it was somewhere in the same vicinity.
Okay.
And he puts the 2 cans of soda down on the curb and basically is challenging anybody to prevent him from drinking them or whatever. And I think he has a knife. I couldn't see a knife in the video, but he's really a distance away from anybody. And I think the store owner is trying to reason with him from a distance because the guy's obviously something's wrong mentally. Either he's on drugs or he's got something wrong. And then the two policemen show up, and in no time at all, they shoot him dead. And that one's just I guess the only way I can understand it is because they just arrived on the scene. The guy was approaching them rather rapidly. Mm-hmm. They didn't know what he had on him. Mm-hmm. They heard that he was dangerous, though, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can justify that one either. But
and like you said, where were their tasers?
The tasers? Yeah. What is? I don't know.
Where's the tasers?
I don't know. So anyway, those were the things I wanted to bring up. I'll have to listen to and look at the Ben Carson. Jesse Jackson thing that happened, I guess, on Fox. What was it called? Fox News Sunday yesterday?
Yeah. No, Ben Carson,
he
makes great points. You had a whole segment devoted to him. And
if we could just turn our eyes away from color and just listen to what people are saying, and in this case, both gentlemen are black.
Yes.
But I wish we could listen to these guys and not know that. Mm-hmm. It's just like I've often thought that when we're hiring people, it would be nice if we didn't ever see the person, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of a crazy thing, too. One of these days, it won't matter. One of these days, we're going to get to that point where we truly will hire people or not hire them because of something that they said or something that they had in their resume or something that they had or didn't have in their education.
Yeah.
Rather than the other superficial things like race, like age. I think age sometimes is discriminating.
Oh, yeah.
The older I
It
get,
is.
the more I feel like that.
I know. Yeah, but the older we get, the more we can get away with being goofy.
It's true.
Yes, we
It's
can.
a good point.
They'll say, oh, they're just old.
Although, did we ever worry about that? I don't think we
No.
ever worried about that. I think that's kind of something we've kind of embraced all of our lives.
That's right.
All right. Galen Unold is hopefully going to be on the phone. I think he's up at Dragon Con up in Atlanta.
Yep.
And hopefully he'll call in. That's always fun to hear from. But we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA, Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Digging out